All right, let's dive into this Tottenham versus West Ham match. Now, I know what you're thinking, just another London derby, right?
Right.
But honestly, the tactical analysis you sent over, it's next level stuff. It really gets into the nitty-gritty of why this match has instant classic written all over it.
Yeah.
We're talking everything, player fitness, how these teams play under new management, even the mental battle that comes with a rivalry like this.
Oh, absolutely.
By the end of this deep dive, you'll be dropping knowledge bombs on your mates, sounding like a real football savant.
And you hit the nail on the head. This match is fascinating because it's a real clash of styles, each with its own strengths, its own weaknesses. you
Yeah.
know? And we're going to unpack how those weaknesses might be exploited. It's about giving you that extra layer, those subtle things to watch for that you might not otherwise notice.
Music to my ears. So let's talk about Tottenham's attack, because that's where this tactical chess match really starts. They've been playing this high-possession game under their new manager, Postecoglou, right? And essentially, they control the ball, they try to tire out their opponents, and then, bam, create scoring opportunities. Seems simple enough, right?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Son and Richarlison, two of their absolute key attackers, they're coming back from injury just in time for this match.
See, and that's absolutely crucial because if those two aren't firing on all cylinders, if they haven't fully recovered, Tottenham's whole game plan could crumble. Because high possession only works if you can turn it into goal.
Goals, exactly.
And that's where West Ham's approach under Lopetegui comes into play. They've gone for this really interesting balanced formation, which basically allows them to soak up pressure, absorb it, and then, bang, they hit back quickly on the counterattack.
Ooh, okay. Hold on. Counterattack. Now, for those of us who aren't fluent in football jargon, break that down for us a bit. What does that actually look like on the pitch?
Sure. So imagine this: West Ham are content to let Tottenham have the ball, but only in their own half. The second Tottenham makes a mistake, maybe a misplaced pass, the ball gets turned over. West Ham pounces. They spring forward with real pace, lightning speed, trying to catch Tottenham's defenders out of position.
So, a well-organized defense ready to exploit any gaps. I like it.
Exactly. And this is where West Ham's danger men come in. Bowen and Antonio.
Ah, yes, the dynamic duo.
These two have been on absolute fire lately. Their pace, their movement off the ball, they're tailor-made for this counter-attacking style. If there's even a sliver of space behind Tottenham's defense, you can bet Bowen and Antonio will find it. And if Son especially isn't back to his defensive best, it could be a long day for Tottenham.
All right, so we've got potentially vulnerable defenders still finding their feet up against a lightning-fast counter-attacking duo.
Yep.
The plot thickens. I am hooked already. And you know there's that old saying sometimes, the game's already won or lost before they even step on the pitch?
Oh, absolutely. It's the mental game.
And the analysis you found on this, it's fascinating, really dives into that whole psychological side of this matchup.
Yeah.
Like Tottenham, coming off that surprise loss against Brighton,
Brutal.
which, like, be honest, can really mess with the team's confidence.
Oh, 100%. Doubt creeps in.
And then you've got West Ham, fresh off a comfortable win against Ipswich.
Yeah, they're riding high. Momentum is huge in football.
Huge. So we got one team potentially doubting themselves, another team full of confidence. But wait, doesn't Tottenham have the home advantage in this match?
That is the million-dollar question, isn't it? Because on paper, yeah, playing at home, your own fans, your own turf, should be a boost. But Tottenham's recent home form, let's just say it's been a bit
Shaky.
shaky's one word for it. And you know what? If West Ham comes out strong, they silence that crowd early on, that home advantage. It flips, becomes this weight on Tottenham's shoulders.
Wow. Suddenly the crowd's another opponent to overcome.
Right.
This is why rivalries are so interesting. It's not just boots on the pitch, it's what's going on in their heads, right?
Absolutely. And that's where those fine margins, the psychological edge, he can make all the difference.
Okay. Enough about the crowds for now. Let's talk tactics. Anything from the analysis stand out to you? Anything about how these teams match up?
Okay, get this: set pieces.
Yeah.
Both teams this season, deadly from set pieces. Free kicks, corners, penalties.
Yeah.
Moments where the game seems to just pause, tension builds, and bang. One well-rehearsed play can be the difference.
See, now that is interesting because set pieces, they're like this whole other mini game within the match.
Totally.
You've got to be so switched on mentally, technically, to make those chances count. And speaking of the mental side of things, we can't ignore the leadership aspect. West Ham, they're figuring out life without Declan Rice.
Big shoes to fill.
He was the heart and soul, right?
He wasn't just talented, he was a leader.
Mm.
Read the game so well, those crucial interceptions dictating the tempo. And now Antonio's captain, right?
Right.
But he's a different kind of leader, much more vocal, fiery. It'll be fascinating to see how the team responds to that, especially compared to
Tottenham's son, right? He's the quiet leader, leads by example.
Exactly. Different style, but so effective. And, that contrast in leadership just adds another layer of intrigue to this match, doesn't it?
For sure. I'm already more excited about this match. So much to watch out for. Okay, you mentioned before the analysis had some historical data too. Something about past Tottenham West Ham matches.
Yeah, it seems like Tottenham has a slight historical edge, more wins head-to-head over the years.
So maybe a bit of a mental edge going in?
Well, it's tempting to look at that and say, game over before it even begins.
Right.
But rivalries like this, form goes out the window, The history books don't mean much once that whistle blows. Tottenham might have the better record overall, but those recent matches, absolutely nail-biting. Either team could have won on any given day.
Okay, so the past is the past. I get it. But come on, you've got to have some gut feeling. What's your prediction? Who's taking home the 3 points?
Honestly, I'm not making a prediction on this one. Too close to call. But I want to hear your take. We've broken down Tottenham's possession game, talked about where their weaknesses might be, West Ham's counterattacking threat,
Right.
the different leadership styles, the pressure on Tottenham at home, even those crucial set pieces. So putting you on the spot here, what will be the deciding factor? What's your gut telling you?
All right. You really want to put me in the hot seat. Okay, for me, it comes down to that midfield battle. If Tottenham controls the game, keeps possession like they love to do, A&D, if Son and Richarlison are back to their goal-scoring best, they've got a real shot.
Okay, I see it.
But if West Ham disrupts their flow, forces a few mistakes, unleashes Bowen and Antonio on the break, totally different story. And hey, let's not rule out a dramatic set-piece winner. Those always spice things up.
Couldn't have put it better myself. A clash of styles, a battle of wills, and just enough uncertainty to keep us all guessing. Absolutely fascinating matchup.
Couldn't agree more. It's got all the makings of another classic London derby. Can't wait to see how it all unfolds on the pitch. Make sure you let us know your predictions. Until next time, enjoy the match.